And we are back. It is a ScufGaming Showdown. Two of the biggest squads when it comes to Call of Duty complexity. The reigning champions taking on EnvyUS. I mean, they've been big since the beginning of Call of Duty. Still looking for their first championship in Ghost, and so far, they've had their hands full with complexity. We get into game number 2, and I'm on board with Rambo Ray. Let's see what this man can do in Search and Destroy. It looks like somebody wasn't quite ready. We're going to get a quick restart here.
I don't think Proofy was there.
Once Proofy gets into the game, it won't be an issue. But Search and Destroy on Octane, let's talk about this because, honestly, it's pretty easy to get to that B-bomb site.
Yeah, it is pretty easy to get to that B-bomb site, but if they put a player in that top diner, top pawn area, it's extremely hard to get the bomb down. So one of the things that we like is we like to kind of just push that A side to that Humvee.
Okay.
Get a maybe.
Wait, how do you say that word?
Humvee.
It's a Humvee.
Humvee.
All right, got it. Yeah.
Why? How do you say it?
Humvee.
I kind of put like a hyphen in it, really.
All right,
yeah.
continue.
Okay, so you're trying to snipe that cross, and then if he's able to get a pick, maybe we push mid map, go towards A, or go towards their gas station. You're just gonna smile.
Lennox is still talking shit in my earpiece.
I can't hear you, Lennox.
I can. It's awesome. Anyway, Lennox is making fun of you. I was listening, so
and then
if you can make the push to A, it will work. But we're gonna see most teams go B.
You're gonna see most teams go B. They'll throw smokes with some incog classes. Maybe get a thermal look over the guy on the truck.
Yeah.
Maybe even an LMG to shoot through the top diner. So I definitely think you're going to see some innovative strategies out of both these teams.
I'm on board with TP, and of course, the reason we're on board with TP, when it comes to any objective game mode, who's going to be the guy moving the bomb? It's Teep, and where is he going? Straight to B at the start. Looking for some support. Of course, two teammates are going to spread left. Teasing stuff over at A. He's going to have some clearance there. I believe that's Karma next to him at B, as you're going to see Karma actually over on the A side. He's way back by the Humvee.
Yeah.
That's going to be support from, it looks like that was Crim6 who was picked off by Merc. So 3-on-4 early on. Now we got TP getting hit by flashes. It's not looking good. You're going to see Karma drop by Gunjar as well. And it's all up to TP. He can't handle it. Great start here from Envy on defense. What happened there?
Oh, I mean, Envy played that perfectly, And that's why it's very difficult to push that B. They were able to get over towards B, but if the other team doesn't get aggressive or doesn't really show, then you're kind of just sitting there, just looking around.
Just hanging out?
Yeah, so it's a very risky strategy. Pugga, you need to go spectator, and then you're going to need to go back.
Oh, my goodness. I am noobing it like a boss. Change team spectator. Now we're back.
Now you got to go back onto a team.
So much work.
Yeah.
All right. In the meantime, let's go on board with you, as you got Gunjar getting some early picks with the snipe.
Yeah, I mean, he's able to pick up Aches, who's up on top pawn, and I believe you saw Karma pick off, I believe that was Rambo. So, now it's going to go down to a 3-on-3, and it looks like Envy wants to really push this beast bomb site pretty hard.
Now, Gunjar, he's rocking some overkill, or at least what used to be overkill. He's got the sniper, which he used early on to pick off Karma. Let's see what he can do here, just hanging out, not seeing anything. As you look around the map, you got Crim, Teep, and Karma still up in action. So that first kill was on Eggs. And Karma's got a snipe of his own. Let's see what Gunjar decides to do as he is running out of support.
Yeah, and I believe, Gunjar saw on his mini-map there was a guy top broken. So he's going to try and just single this guy out, take him out, and then he's going to have to work back towards the bomb. But he doesn't have a ton of time left, Puckett. He's only 30 seconds left in this round.
That player he's looking for is Karma. Shots coming down from the motel, and he is shut out. It's going to be 1-1 as both teams are able to take their defense. This one, it's Karma finishing things off with the Remington. Straight shots there from Karma as he is going to make it an even score going into round number 3. Offense always going to be the one at disadvantage here, or can you take it on offense if you really want it?
On offense, it really comes down to that first blood. If you're able to get that first blood, it makes the whole round a lot easier on this map. And that's what we see out of a lot of the search and destroy maps in Call of Duty Ghosts. I mean, Freight is extremely difficult if you don't get that first pick, and so is this map.
We got Crim and friends hanging out over at B. Crim picks up the first kill on Merc. The bomb going down. Gunjar on your screen at the moment across the map as we are now on board with Rambo Ray. Ray with the snipe can't hit the planter. That was TP getting away with that one. And Ray is about to have his hands full. You also have Crim6 right in the area. Will he be able to hit the shot? We're going to switch through. It looks like Aches was just dropped for Complexity. Proofy in the kill feed on TP as well. So it's going to be all up to Crim6 here from Complexity as we jump on board with him.
Yeah, and I mean, he's able to pick off 2 right here, and it's all up to Proofy and Crim in a one-on-one, and Crim's able to get he killed all of them there.
Yeah,
that was
Lennox,
an ace. That
I
was
tried
an
to
ace.
give you the cue and everything, but here it is. In case you missed it.
Yeah.
It's Crim just going huge with the MTAR with the double at the end.
I mean, Crim's a robot. When it comes down to it, Crim is a robot.
An absolute robot?
Yeah. He's not a human.
Part of a machine, ladies and gents. You know what I love doing? Change teams and then go back to Ghost. We're back on board with Complexity. You're watching Rambo Ray on defense, but here comes the defensive attack on B. TP leading the charge. You saw Aches move to his right at the motel. And where's the bomb going currently for Envy right now?
No, Envy's going to push the bomb over to B, and this is what you see Complexity like to do a lot. They like to just push this B bomb into this connector right away. You know, if TP can get onto the B bomb, throw a stun in the back, it really just puts a whole thwarting in just the Envy push. But you see Karma, he's trying to be a little sneaky, working his way around. And I believe it's going to be a 2-on-2 situation. It's going to be Rambo and Merc against Karma and TP. And I think this is where you see new teammates playing with each other come into effect in these 2-on-2 situations and how they like to play it with each other.
Yeah, let's see what they're up to. We just saw TP and Karma both just being very patient on defense. Let's go back on board with the Envy guys as we see what Ray is up to, working with Merc. Merc with the Remington, Rambo with the Sniper. And Merc is going to be working directly with Rambo as both players are side by side over at B.
Yeah, and you know, right now they're really just looking for Teeb, who they're able to find. They know Karma is in top strip, so they're able to kind of single him out. And, I mean, now he's going to have to push. And he knows they're going to plant on B, so it's going to be interesting to see what kind of route he's going to take.
All right, so bomb is down. 45 seconds till it detonates. We jump back on board with Karma over for this Complexity lineup. And Karma has 2 players to beat. Spots some movement, tries to get on top of the bus for the jump up top. Successful there, but will he be able to find both players?
Yeah, I mean, no, you know, Ray definitely heard him. You know, you saw Ray sitting in the top motel as soon as, you know, Karma did that jump up, he was able to hear, and that's one of the things. Dead silence in this game really doesn't negate total silence.
It's like semi-silence.
It's semi-silence. So, you know, when you're in those close quarter areas, especially in the motel, you're going to have to crouch to get completely silent. And if you make a jump like that from the bus, you're going to get heard from pretty much anywhere.
Every time.
100% of the time, all the time.
I'm really good at joining teams. And we're going to go to your screen because I totally
you're not
messed
joining
that one up.
anybody, yeah.
We're going to get this fixed, by the way. We're going to make it work. Esports mode is going to be fantastic, and spectating will be as great as it was at Columbus. We have Rambo Ray on your screen, though. And talk to me about this Envy lineup on defense. It looks like everyone tried to push B at the start, but a lot of them following Aches in that kill feed. And now we're going to see Gunjar answer back with a fantastic snipe.
Yeah, and I mean, you see Gunjar and Ray both rocking overkill snipers. And, you know, that's something we don't see. A lot of teams do. We usually see one out of all teams. And, you know, now it's going to be a one-on-one. It's going to be Ray against Teep. And, I mean, right now Ray has it's a pretty big disadvantage. You know, when you're trying to push into this motel, I mean, right now he really can't sprint. He's going to get sound checked pretty bad. I mean, if Teep is over in this motel, he knows where he is. And, you know, right there, sprinting, you know, you got to crouch. I've played a ton of GBs Puggy lately. And, I mean, everyone can hear. You see Teep, he's able to hear that sprint from probably a mile away. You know?
Yeah. So, speaking of those GBs, have you been winning?
You know, my doubles team, very good.
Who's your teammate?
Very good. I was playing with Oh No Ava for the last few days, and then, you know, Gandhi tried to jump in, get in some 3-on-3s. No, didn't win any of the 3-on-3s. Not Scott's fault, though. Not Scott's fault, though. It wasn't Scott's fault.
Can I blame Gandhi?
You can blame Gandhi if you want to.
All right.
But if you blame Gandhi, effectively, I'm going to be blamed too.
Gandhi, you are the reason Mr. X and Ava have been losing. Anyway, Rambo trying to help Envy win this one. He's going to fall immediately. We jump on board with Gunjar. Remember, Envy is on the planning side, and it all is up to Proofy. Does he have Karma still to support? It looks like no. It's going to be Proofy in a 4-on-1.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, he was in a pretty bad situation with an AR in the top motel. I believe it was all 4 members of Complexity alive, and, you know, they were just kind of keeping him in there. They're just kind of forcing him in there, and he really had no move to make.
Good stuff there from Teep to finish out the round.
Who do you want to go on board with this side?
Honestly, I think we got to watch something from Complexity.
Yeah.
Maybe Teep?
Absolutely. I think, Teep, I think, is definitely one of the most underrated players in Ghost. I mean, I thought at Columbus he was probably the best player. I think, when people talk about how we win and how we just keep, doing what we're doing currently on this streak, I think TP is definitely, the most important cog in the wheel, so to speak. A lot of teams don't have an objective player that on every other team could be the other team's main slayer.
Right. And TP, he's really just going to lock down this motel. Not a whole lot of movement out of him. Let's jump on board with this teammates as we switch through. You see Karma's top strip. Krim was down low. And Karma is the player who just went absolutely off in Columbus with this sniper rifle.
I mean, Karma, he's just one of the most talented gamers I've seen, and you see him pick up a nice snipe right there on Proofy. And he does so many just creative things. I mean, you see him snipe on this map on Domination a lot. You see him pull out LMGs. He's just a different type of player.
He's not afraid to try new things either. He's kind of the guy who says, okay, you guys have a loadout, something that you're happy with. I'm not satisfied. No. I'm always going to find what's right for me.
Absolutely. I mean, he's willing to try anything. And, I mean, you see him make just huge plays over and over again, and he's not afraid to take a risk. I mean, we saw during the 2K, it was a very prominent round, I believe, that Curse Las Vegas was up either 3-1 or, I mean, you see him take out 3 players right there.
Oh, my goodness.
I believe Curse Las Vegas at 3 rounds to 1 in the 2K on Search on Sovereign, and there was a point where I think Flexi was on offense, and instead of going for a plant and a one-on-one against Killa, he played for the kill, and Killa went to go check the bomb. Karma made a nice play, was able to shoot him in the back, just kind of outsmart him a little bit, and they were able to win the rest of the rounds. It's just game-changing plays like that I think he brings to a team.
We're jumping back on board with Complexity. TP on your screen at the start. It looks like Karma now with the sniper is the player to watch. And we just got done talking about this guy. He's currently 7-4. Krim also with a hot start. Got out to 7-3. At the start, though, we're going to see, it looks like that's going to be TP drop. Now Krim, Karma, and Aches left alive versus the 4 members of this Envy squad. Merc, Gunjar, Proofy, and Rambo all still up.
And I really like that push from Envy. They were able to adapt and see that Complexity was just kind of pushing straight up at the bomb site. So what they did is they just pushed straight back. They pushed Merc straight out of the bottom motel. They pushed, I believe it was Ray, straight up to the bomb to fight Pete. And that was a great adjustment by Envy. They were getting a little bit too predictable, and they changed it up, and they were able to sneak around out right there.
And that was a much-needed round. Down 4-2 or 5-2, you need a whole lot of momentum.
Yeah.
They get to 5-3, but they need to win 3 straight. As we're going to switch things up, I want to jump on board with the Envy boys. I'm not very good at it. You're going to have to, and we're going to watch Gunjar for the moment. And Goon, he's going way aggressive towards this motel. Look at this golden MTAR charge. Straight to that B-bomb site, just waiting for someone to put it down. Smoke is there. He's waiting patiently. Aches is going to pick up a kill, but his teammate Merc answers right back, so it is a 3-on-3 at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, Gunjar's just sitting there just listening to see if a player from Complexity is going to plant the bomb. He's able to kill TP while he's planting the bomb, but he's going to get pinched, I believe, by Crim6 and Aches. So it's all up to Rambo. And, he's in actually a pretty good position to defend this right now. If Complexity goes for the bomb plant, he's able to pick it up, but it looks like they know he's there. And right now, they're just going to play a little game with him. And, Aches right there challenging. I really don't like that play.
That's an aggressive Aches if I've ever seen one.
That's one of the things where Aches' momentum takes over a little bit.
I got this.
Yeah, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to kill Rambo. He's like, I'm going to take him out.
I mean, if you got Krim to clean things up, I would probably do the same. Krim drops the kill, and he is going to finish 9-5. Remember, he finished round 2 of that domination plus 10. Now plus 4 more after search and destroy, including a plant. Fantastic stuff from Krim. On the other side, it's Gunjar, the new addition, going 9-7.
Yeah.
But Merc even, Rambo -1, Proofy -3. Envy struggling on Octane, and it's going to be the boys on Complexity taking 2 games straight. You proud right now?
Yeah, obviously.
Not a whole lot, but kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I liked what I saw at Envy, though. 2 snipers on this map, I think, is definitely a good strategy. They were able to get those early round picks, but I think it just came to offense where they needed to be a little bit more aggressive. We saw this a lot from Envy on Black Ops 2. They like to just sit around and just kind of methodically just work on offense and on defense on Search. they got to be a little more aggressive, I think.
All right, well, we're going to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Envy down 2-0 and needs a big game. Can they pull it off in Blitz? We saw the ridiculousness they pulled off at Columbus. Warhawk Blitz will be game number 3 after this.